Hey everybody, it's Jeff from New York coming to you from the beautiful Norwegian gem. Today we're heading towards the beautiful Virgin Islands to the island of St. Thomas. I took a tour bus, a guided tour bus. It took me a day to get around that island. Got lots of videos. This particular video was a stop we made called Mountaintop. Once the bus gets up there, and it's a long winding road, as you're going to see. Very scary, as a matter of fact. You wonder about the brakes on these buses, but once you get up there, the views are fantastic. There's a huge souvenir shop. There's a place known for the pina coladas, which apparently came from St. Thomas, the pina colada. At least that's what the tour guide said. And just wonderful views. We're going to head up to the top of the mountain, then head back down. Let's check out Mountaintop in St. Thomas, shall we? Before my cruise even started, I booked all my excursions, and NCL pretty much pays the first $50 for your excursions. It's included in the ticket price. So I booked an excursion for a bus tour around the island. It stopped off at about 3 or 4 places today. One of the places we're going to check out right now for this video was called Mountaintop. It's another beautiful day here in the Caribbean. I've really lucked out with the weather on this particular cruise. As I was saying, NCL pays the first $50 for your excursion. So most of these excursions are about $50. A lot of them are under $50, so they're pretty much free or included in your ticket price. Some of them can run into the hundreds of dollars, however, so keep that in mind. But again, they'll pay the first $50. So I booked an excursion for a bus tour around the island. It stopped off at about 3 or 4 places today. One of the places we're going to check out right now for this video was called Mountaintop. Mountaintop is 1,200 feet above Megan's Bay. It has the largest duty-free gift shop in St. Thomas, and we'll be seeing that shortly here in this video. And the signature drink, once you're up there, is their world-famous banana daiquiri. I didn't have one. I don't know why. I should have, but I didn't, so there's that. Getting up and down this mountain on this bus is quite a hair-raising experience. It's a two-way road, which is extremely narrow, and there's very few guardrails. Our ride was really bumpy, and all I kept thinking about was, I hope the driver is experienced. He's driving pretty fast, so hopefully he's been doing this for decades, or he's brand new and really doesn't know the dangers involved. And of course, on top of the driver, you have to worry about the bus. I hope these brakes are in good shape. Well, here we are, Mountaintop. We made it, and so did all these other buses, so I guess these drivers know what they're doing. Now, all I have to worry about is the ride back down. But I'm not going to worry about that right now. First, I'm going to check this place out. Come along with me. Hey guys, if you're enjoying the videos here on the New York channel, then why not subscribe if you haven't done so already? And if you're enjoying this St. Thomas video in particular, or the cruise videos in particular, give them a thumbs up. That also helps the channel out. And if you can share it on your social media, that gets me more views and new subscribers. And of course, if you'd like to support the New York channel, just click on that thanks button right underneath this video. Doing so not only helps support the channel, makes videos like this possible, but it also gets you a shout out on a future New York video. I appreciate your support, guys. Well, they said the largest gift shop in St. Thomas, and I believe it. This place is huge and it's really well maintained. I can't believe everything is in its place, and very nice, comfortable place to shop up here. And the only place I've ever seen bigger as far as a gift shop is the world's largest gift shop, or the Bonanza gift shop on the Las Vegas Strip. That video is available on the New York channel. I can also say that this is the only gift shop I've ever been in that has a fantastic view and a bar. We're going to check out that view in just a moment. By the way, in case you were wondering, St. Thomas is one of 3 of the U.S. Virgin Islands, along with St. Croix and St. John, St. Croix being the largest U.S. Virgin Island, St. Thomas the second, and St. John the smallest. St. Thomas is 32 square miles, and at 1,200 feet, we are at the highest point on the island. The NCL Gem pulled into St. Thomas at about 11 o'clock later this morning, and I believe the all aboard time is around 5, so that gives us about 6 hours of touring the island. This particular excursion, this bus excursion, is about 4 hours long, so it gives me about an hour before, an hour afterwards to check out things other than this bus tour. But the bus tour alone was a really good excursion, and it took me to 3 or 4, like I said, different locations here on the island, and those of course are separate videos on the New York channel. As I've said in other videos, the ship doesn't wait for anyone, so that all aboard time is pretty concrete. Now, our all aboard time is 5 o'clock. If something should happen to this bus, like a flat tire or an accident or something like that, because I booked it through the cruise line, the ship will wait. If you book your excursions outside the cruise line, the ship will not wait for you, so keep that in mind. And also keep in mind, because of that promise that this bus is going to get us back to the ship before 5 o'clock, the bus drivers are very strict as far as getting back to the bus on time. We're making several stops here today. The bus driver will wait tops 5 minutes for someone else. If they don't show up, it's just taking off without you, and your arrangements to get back to the ship are up to you at that point. I guess what I'm getting at here is wear a watch and make sure that you're back on the ship by all aboard time and back on that tour guide bus before the driver takes off without you. The views up here are spectacular, and you can see St. John, one of the 3 U.S. Virgin Islands, off in the distance.
Side or the Atlantic side of St. Thomas. Before we overlook the south side, the Caribbean side, this is now the north side of the Atlantic side. This is the Atlantic Ocean out in front of us. It joins with the Caribbean Sea right up in between the islands to your right. So the outer part will be Atlantic, inner part Caribbean. First island directly out in front of us. That is known as Hanswalik Island. No one lives on that island. It is privately owned, and in the past, the owners are trying to build hotels. It's giving them a hard time with that. There's 2 beyond that, and those 2 are known as Little and Big Tobago. No one lives there also. To the right of Little and Big Tobago, we'll have the Ocean Dyke. The Ocean Dyke is British. We usually say it's a man's favorite island. Why? Well, sorry, ladies. Next to that is Tortola. Tortola and the Ocean Dyke, they're 2 of the 4 British Virgin Islands, surrounded by U.S. waters. Now, they do use U.S. currency. The reason for that is where they're located, it's a lot easier for them. The last big island to your right, that is our sister island of St. John, which the third of is National Park. That would be the north side or the opposite side of St. John. That's why you wouldn't see too many houses on that side of the island. But St. John is known for its beaches like Trunk Bay, Cinnamon Bay, Hawkins, and so on. Down in the distance in the valley, you see a hotel with the green roof on it. See that? Down in the valley in the distance down there. Hotel with the green roof. That is a major point.
Back in 1917, St. Thomas was purchased along with St. Croix and St. John by the United States for $25 million in gold as part of a strategy to maintain control over the Caribbean and the Panama Canal during the First World War. The United States granted citizenship to residents of the Virgin Islands in 1927, and the U.S. Department of Interior took over administrative duties in 1931. Armed forces were based on the islands during the Second World War. The post-war era also saw the rise of tourism on the island. With relatively cheap air travel and the American embargo on Cuba, the number of visitors greatly increased. Despite natural disasters such as hurricanes like Hugo, Luis, Marilyn, Irma, Maria, hotels have been built from the West End to the East End in recent years, and tourism has increased dramatically. It's also become a huge cruise ship port in recent years as well, which of course is how I got here. The climate here, of course, is beautiful in St. Thomas, with the temperatures usually going no lower than 75 degrees and no higher than 90, perfect all year round. I mentioned earlier in the introduction that St. Thomas and Mountaintop in particular was the birthplace of the pina colada, and I was mistaken. What I meant to say was it's the birthplace of the banana daiquiri, so sorry about that. But hey, I'll take either. Most of the drinks around here in the Caribbean are rum-based, and well, the pina colada, of course, having coconut flavor, and the banana daiquiri having banana flavor. I hope you guys enjoyed our visit to Mountaintop here in St. Thomas, and lots more videos coming from the Norwegian Gem as well as the Norwegian Getaway, including places here in St. Thomas. So stay tuned, subscribe, and make sure you click that notification bell, and you'll be notified of new videos as soon as they're uploaded. Thanks for watching, guys. There's my ship, I see it, I see it.